I'm Tig, welcome back to week 18 of me documenting my progress as a musician and guitarist. If you've been watching for the last few videos, you know that this is my 6th or 7th week doing these videos from Southeast Asia. Maybe you even thought, I don't know if he is, he could be anywhere. Just looks like he's in a hotel room. Now you can finally see a little bit of proof that I am actually in Asia, in Chiang Mai in Thailand right now. Here for a couple of weeks, it gives me a bit more time and a bit more space to have more of a routine and really get deeper into practicing guitar and actually improving at my playing, rather than just doing it for maintenance, which is what the first couple of weeks of being here definitely felt like, with just trying to fit in guitar as much as I could when moving around, but not actually getting better. I said that last week. I think I'd mastered or nailed being able to do at least 15 minutes practice a day on the picking routine I was showing in the last video, and I said that I want to up it to about half an hour a day. Now, it's Sunday as I'm recording this, and I can say that I've managed to, on average, it's averaged out to about half an hour a day. And the reason for that is there's been a couple days where I've done like an hour practice, and then a couple of days where I've only managed just the minimum 15 minutes, which is a big improvement for me given the last few weeks and given my just adjusting to kind of fitting it in on the go and traveling a lot as well. Now, I am going to show you the improved results of another 7 days later of me practicing the same picking routine, same exercises for 15 minutes each day, and I can show you if I've gotten quicker from last week. But also in some of these longer sessions, I decided to try and work on some other stuff that I feel has been lagging behind as well. And there were 2 techniques that I wanted to work on. So I thought, I'm going to lay down some quick chords, I'm going to solo over them, but when I do the solo, when I improvise, I'm going to try and focus on 2 specific techniques that I want to do more of in improvisation. So these techniques are things that I don't think I'm that strong at. And so it's not very natural for me to include them on the fly, like when I'm just playing or freestyling or improvising. They don't tend to come out as much, although I do practice them and I can do them on paper. I don't really apply them that much. So these 2 techniques are the following. Picking lines that are 2 note per string, quick upwards or downwards. The second one is a melodic thing. It's stretching the melody so it goes a little bit further up or down the neck to basically make it sound more interesting. So instead of just improvising around the most common pentatonic shapes, which is like this on the neck, it's more of this, which you can see I'm doing the same thing, but then going a little bit higher or a little bit lower than normal. So basically pushing the melody a little bit further out in either direction to make it more interesting. So now here is me trying to apply these 2 things in an improvised off-the-fly setting. And you can see how much I managed to hit on each technique and get it in there. Overall, a mixed success. It wasn't perfect, but of course that's not the point. It was good in a way that wasn't just improvising for the sake of improvising, which there is still a lot of value in, I think, but with a focus on certain techniques to kind of kill two birds in one stone, or in this case three, because I'm improvising, I'm doing something to push the melodies forward, and I'm practicing my picking by focusing on the 2-note per string, which is my weakest point when it comes to shredding. Of course, I've also been doing the 15 minutes a day on the picking routine, which again, you'll know if you watch the last videos. So what I'm going to do is take you through the before and after of last week versus this week after playing the same thing for 15 minutes each day. Let's have a look at how much quicker and more fluid I managed to become. So what's interesting is this is getting to the point now where at this stage, I typically think, okay, that's coming along pretty nicely now. And then I start to lose interest and move on to something else. But this is kind of a flawed way of thinking if I really, really, really want to improve, because you can see it could still be much quicker and much more fluid. If when I started this a few weeks ago, I was doing it at about 10% fluidity, I'm now at maybe 70% fluidity. And that feels good. And that feels good in comparison. And it's like, it's good enough. But it's nowhere near 100% still, or even 90%. So what I should really do is just carry on doing this longer than it feels interesting, past the point where I would normally get bored and start doing something different, which is now, and really see how far I can take this and how quick I can get. So I am going to keep doing this week to week, but of course, for the sake of keeping these videos as interesting as possible, I'm always trying to think of things I can throw into these videos as well. With a weekly documenting the journey of me playing guitar through the ups and downs and through what's boring and what's not, there are naturally going to be some times where I feel like the video I'm making is maybe not as interesting compared to when I was showcasing my songwriting a few weeks back, or different things like that. But honestly, this is a long-term game, and it's not always going to be interesting, because the truth is, trying to improve and trying to really hit mastery doesn't always look that flashy or new on the outside. It's really just doing the same things more than what feels comfortable. So with that said, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you're even slightly curious about what the journey to mastery on guitar and as a musician really looks like, even the not so glamorous parts, then you'll see me realize that through this video series. So thanks for watching, hit subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.